and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and I make videos about sewing, English paper piecing and sometimes a little bit of knitting and crochet. Now if you watched my most recent video, I think it was 2 days ago now, I went to the Festival of Quilts on Friday the 19th 2020 and I did a little walk around video showing you around and showing you some of the competition quilts, and quite a few of you asked to see what I actually bought, so this is a video showing you what I purchased. Now I'm going to start off with the fabric that I purchased because I know that's like the most fun part. I purchased these from a business called Kaleidoscope. The fat quarters, there's 8 fat quarters in this bundle. Hope you can see that the window is quite bright. So there's pinks and there is a little bit of blue in here. Now when I went to this store there was a bundle of I think 10 half meters and they were pinks and blues of these same tones, but it had sold out when I went back. I should have bought it straight away, but I went back about 2 hours later and they'd all sold out. So I purchased this bundle and also purchased some add-on colours to go with that alongside it. So I'll show you these in a little bit more detail because I think the pattern is really nice. So these are like blues and reds and pinks, so they go really nicely. And these ones are half meters, so yeah, I don't mind. I've got a little bit extra. I'll pop those there. Also from Kaleidoscope I bought some neutrals. Those are the colours that I purchased. Now I also bought at the show some Tilda scraps and I wanted these to like bulk out the scraps and just go as a coordination, and I think they go quite well with, you know, the stereotypical Tilda colours because they're always a nice soft palette, and these have got a bit of a grain to them. You might not be able to see on that one, but for example, you know, they're a bit grunge effect and they've got a nice grain, so they're not just solid colours, which I like. Oh, I also got a off-white. It's more like a stone colour in real life, but you can see some of the texture. From a different stall, I don't know which stall, landslide of my stuff that I bought a metre of this like dotty fabric. Well, it's got very small hexagons and I think they call it dots. And I bought that in a very neutral light stone colour. The window behind at the side is washing it out a little bit. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I love doing English paper piecing with scraps, and when I went to the Festival of Quilts last year, I bought some scrap bundles and I was really looking forward to buying them this year. So this is from a business called The Cotton Patch, and they sell these bundles. They call them snippets, but there's £2.50 and you get quite a few. Some of them are very thin, so you have to pick the bags strategically. But these are like blues and aquas, so I bought quite a few scraps that are coordinating, so I'll be able to make something nice. These are just plain solid, so you can see the array of colours that you get, but what I like about them is you can literally pick up these bags and everything matches in them because they're usually from one collection of fabric. I think this is Kafir set fabric, but again still in the blues and purples. Some pinks and reds. I know these aren't the most interesting to look at, but they're very useful if you do small English paper piecing. I think this is Tilda, just correct me if I'm wrong. So you get a good amount. These are more my colours. And I think these are Tilda pink. Yeah, Tilda pink. You can't really see them all, but you see what you get quite a good value. They also do some of scraps, so I quite like the tones that are in that bag. And I just keep, if I don't have an immediate use for them, I always do scrappy quilts, so I like to pull from my scraps that aren't always mine. Because you don't have much scraps if you only craft with scraps, you know. Yes, you have scraps if you cut into your half meters and your fat quarters, but who's going to cut into those? I will do, but it'll be for a project that I have in mind. But I don't have it in mind yet, if that makes sense. It'll be for something that's planned, but I like to just go into my scraps. I'm waffling now. You all probably do the same. Sorry about the crinkling. Now I purchased, it's 410 grams of Tilda scraps, and they're very big pieces, these are. There's quite a few of the rainy day colourway. I really liked this. Again, these can go with it to fill them out. But I bought on Etsy some Tilda pre-cut hexagons for 1-inch hexagons. I think there's only 4 repeats of each colour though, so I was like, I don't really know what to do with them. So I think I'm going to add these in and create something. Who else buys fabric without a project in mind? So I'm sure I'm not alone. So moving on now to like tools and kits that I purchased. I really like to use a thimble, especially for English paper piecing or hand applique, because I like to use a thin needle. I've got one of these already from Clover, but it isn't the one with the coin there. And mine has got a hole in it and it keeps unthreading the needle. So I thought I'd give this one a try with that plate. It might be a bit more durable. I got some number 12 size 9 needles. There was £1. You can see that, but I like the thin needles, so that's what I got. I think they're thin anyway. I'm not so good with the numbers. You might be able to see this mini quilt here that's in the background. I think the sun's shining on the mirror there. But I bought some more kits to make those. So this is by a lady, her name is Julia, I'm not sure how to pronounce her surname, but it's Homegrown Textiles is her business, and she makes these mini quilts. So I bought 2 of those. I thought that when I was at the stall that these, what you do is you put netting over them to contain all the small pieces. I thought these contained the netting, and that's why I bought them, and they don't, so I'm going to have to purchase some on her website. So I was a little bit disappointed because I wanted to do these straight away, but they were quite affordable, £6, but my sister pointed out she sold me £6 for just a piece of paper, but that's what we buy, isn't it? Because I'm really getting into making mini quilts and wall hangings, I purchased some of these hangers. I also purchased this one, but I'm not sure if it's broken. Is it broken, or is it meant to be like that so that I can slip the quilt on? I was a bit disappointed when I got home. It does look like it's just broken because there's little bits of metal in there. So is that still usable? Could I just sellotape it and put a whole quilt sleeve over it? Well, it's only a small hanging, isn't it? But I thought those are cute. I've wanted to try now for some time hand piecing rather than English paper piecing, just traditional hand piecing. And there's a lady called Susan Smith, and I purchased the templates, these acrylic templates to make this block. Let me open it and I'll show you. So those are the templates to make that block. It's called a cracker box, and it was really nice. She had a lovely example at the quilt show, so that's what they do. I don't know, they have all these beautiful examples and they inspire you to buy the stuff. I also bought this quilt as you go template. So there's 3 different shapes of templates in here, and I'll open it and I'll show them, but all put together they create this block. This was $39.99, so it was a little bit expensive, but I told myself that first of all I can use up scraps with the quilt as you go, but also it'll be versatile. It won't just make this block, I can use it to make other blocks. So it comes with the kite, which makes the kite to be 1 inch and 3/4. The hexagon, which is 1 3/4 as well. And then you've got the diamond shape. It says that's 3.5. Oh, it's because it goes against the long side of the kite, whereas they're referring to that side, I think, to go with it. So I'm looking forward to that. She had a wonderful example there as well, and they're reversible, aren't they, the quilt as you go stuff, so it'll use up all my scraps of batting as well. I also bought a cross stitch pattern for a lovely pin cushion. I love the colours that are on that, and it's a kit with the thread, the pattern and the linen. Now I've never used linen for cross stitch, so I will have to have a look on YouTube on how to do that, but I really liked that. That was from thecrossstitchguild.com. I also went down a rabbit hole of red work embroidery, which I've never even seen before. I don't know where I've been, and I really liked it. So I purchased this kit to make a heart with a lovely like countryside scene on it, and you get everything in there, including the floss, the background fabric and the hanging, the ribbon to do the hanging. I really liked that. That was from Dandelion Designs. And let me get the other thing. Now this I've already started, I just couldn't contain myself, I had to give it a go. It's a red work panel. So it's double that on the back. And it's just got sewing notions and quotes on it. And I've already started here, I hope you can see it. I've done this section. It's already printed on there with red, so you don't have to do the red work if you don't want to. You could just make it into a wall hanging or a quilt, but I thought I want to do the red work over the top, and it's a really nice project just for sitting and watching the TV. I think that's where I've got to. I need to do that bit. You'll probably be able to see the work that I've done more on the back. Oh look, can you see that the correct way? Because it's obviously reversing in the camera. Oh, that looks quite good. I like that. That's funny. I assure you it's the correct way in real life, but the camera is reversing it. So that's the red work. I also went down the rabbit hole of essentially, what's it called? Bondaweb. Someone at a craft evening that I go to told me about what Bondaweb. Again, I don't know where I've been. I don't know why I haven't seen this before, but I bought 1 metre of Bondaweb. I had to stick the sticker on because the corner was coming up a bit. It was £3.48, so I don't know if that's good value. I don't know if I can get it somewhere else cheaper. Do let me know, because I bought this pattern book, and in here you can make all sorts of wall hangings with these flowers, and you use the Bondaweb and then you machine applique it on. But that's the pattern. There's a really nice one in here. Obviously you can use elements, and I really love that, so I might give that a go. But you use the Bondaweb and then you use the machine. I'm not sure if I've got a free motion foot, so I need to look at that. Some others, really nice. She had them all hanging up, so they're brilliant, and I thought they would be really good in some Liberty scraps, just to, you know, make it my style. I also bought a advent panel. They have quite a lot of panels there. They didn't last year, and I must say the whole show was huge compared to last year. 2021 was the first year it ran after the pandemic, and it was huge this year. So I hope you can see that. That's the main body of the the calendar, and I'll make that into a wall hanging and put it on a dowel, and then it's a nice tradition to fill it up, isn't it, every year? I also went to Ashmead Designs. Now I've got lots of the pre-cut shapes from them. I purchased those on their website, but I wanted a sheet of it because I see so much that Emma Jones from the Vintage Sewing Box does, and she did a Sunbonnet Sue using the hexiform, so I had to get some hexiform to give that a go. And then lastly, I also purchased some Liberty scraps. I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't buy as many as I thought I would, but I have already got quite a lot that I haven't yet cut into. There's a business there called Alice Caroline. You probably know them from Instagram or lots of Liberty that they sell, but they sell these small pieces. They are small, but they're good value. She sells them for £1, and she just has them in these huge bins on the front of the stall where you can just, you know, rummage through, get lots of different prints, you know, the more traditional ones, or ones that you haven't seen before perhaps, because there was lots there that I hadn't seen. I really like this one. I got 2 of that. Did I say that they're £1 per sheet? Got it in a purple colourway. I really like the ditzy prints. You might have figured that out. And I got that in a yellow colourway. So I bought some of these last year, and I thought, you've just got to buy them while you're there, haven't you? Because they're really good value at the show. So that pretty much completes everything that I purchased. Stay tuned, because I will be doing podcasts showing you what I'm making. It might not be very soon. Maybe with that red work panel you might see that again in the next couple of weeks, but I can't guarantee you when I'll get through this stuff. But that's the fun of it, isn't it? They're going to the show, getting inspired, abandoning everything that you're working on and starting all this new stuff. Well, that's certainly what's going to happen in maybe the coming months or so, once I've got a few things out of the way. So do stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.